Did they disclose at that time what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
they called it something. Yeah.
It wasn't. They didn't call it AIDS.
I don't think they did.
Okay.
I don't think so. Okay. But it was something that you can't cure or something. Right. And I didn't understand. What could they possibly have? Why did they die? But I was really upset because not only did I have those two guys, but because of them, I knew about maybe 6 to 8 other guys that used to be in our group.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were gay as well?
Yeah, but they all passed away.
Wow.
All of them. There wasn't one person left. There was a guy from Denmark who was a ballet dancer. And we used to be walking around in the village, and he could kick his leg all the way up to the ceiling. He had this flaming red hair. Mm-hmm. He was a riot. But I had so much fun with them. And then I could, express myself with my music and stuff like that. Because I love the piano. I love to play. But anyway, no, that ended everything. That just finished off everything.
Wow.
It was a whole era of wonderful fun that we had together.
So you were inspired to write this poem after or before the passing of
No, Clyde? This is after they had passed away. Yes, a while after. Was it? Wait a minute, let me think. It wasn't that long after, but it was after they had passed away, though.
Okay. And this one is called?
2 Men and Others Like Them.
Wow.
2, TWO. Wow. 2 Men and Others Like Them. And it was for Clyde Williams and Byrne Camp. I loved them both and sought to have their art decorate my life when a stealthily, nameless malevolence bombarded their bodies, leaving bare and discernible the oozing sores of strife, whose roots cut deep into the core and ate at their very existence. It was a thing that eventually killed them, pushing them and their kind to the fore of news media worldwide, world over and to its end. But I never recognized their names: homo, fag, fairy, queen, gay. Masters of Chopin's pianoforte and Gustav Mahler's resurrection they were, and will always be my friends.
That is a beautiful dedication to 2 wonderful people that you had in your life. In Native American culture, how do they view gays?
They love them.
Okay.
You know why? See, they're called 2-spirited.
Okay.
So they have the male and the female spirit. So they're special. They're not just one. Like me, I'm 1-spirited. All right. But they're 2-spirited. So that's really to be very, very special. Yeah. So they're never chastised or, demonized or anything like that. So, and I have an ancient picture. Well, it's not that ancient. I'm going to find it and I'll show it to you. But it's 2 Native Americans. One is and one isn't. Whatever. No, they both are, I guess, because I don't know how that works. But anyway, one looks like do they both look like females? I don't remember. But I'll show you the picture and you can see. And they are the first 2-spirited people I've ever seen, But in the Native American community, at the community house, there were quite a few 2-spirited people there. And we all knew them and loved them, but we saw some of them pass away too.
Okay. Yeah. So that must have been a shock. A disease that had no name back then afflict and take the lives of your friends. And you saw that often.
Often.
During that time.
Often. Very.
Did anyone attempt any kind of, because I know we were talking a little bit before about homeopathic home remedies Did anybody attempt that by any chance?
Oh, I wasn't that close with them when
Okay.
all of this was happening,
Okay.
because I was working. Remember now, I was teaching school, and I was busy, and I had a son, and I had, so now I wasn't up that close, but I'm sure that people were attempting to use homeopathic remedies, to try to help them. But I just didn't understand how there could be something that nobody could handle, that was just going to kill them, and you couldn't do anything about it. I didn't understand that. Yeah.
And but the two-spirited people, then, that's how they're seen in Native American. There's no negative connotation applied
I never
to
heard of
kids.
any.
Okay.
It's just called two-spirit. They say he's two-spirited, or she's two-spirited, and that's it.
Wow.
And then nobody says, like, oh, no. Nobody makes any comment, because it's acceptable. So I don't know.
What made you decide to write poetry, and when did you realize yourself as a poet?
Well, this started, I must have been 9 years old in the public schools. Somebody came around and they wanted samples of writings on subjects or on certain topics or whatever. And then I know I did the assignment, and then the particular teacher called me aside and said that my work had been, they liked my writing. Somebody liked my writing, and I was going into a special program in the school system, and that I would go, somebody would take me out of my class, and not far, this was in Washington Heights.
Okay.
There was an annex building where I was going to go there, and there were a few other students in the school that they were taking, and they would take us there and put us into this writing program. So I was placed into a writing program, and so I was trained, and and it was serious. Even though I was only 9 years old, I remember how serious it was. You had to use imagination. There were ways that you could never begin a sentence of a poem. There were ways that the vocabularies that you could not use or you could use. But it was very, very intense training. And the writers that were in that class, some of them were a little older than I. I was kind of young, but some of them were a bit older. I never heard writing like that in my life. And I knew, I was only 9, but I knew that it was good writing and that it was extremely unusual. Extremely. And I thought along the way that I would hear the names of some of those people that were in that program. And I didn't. And I don't know why. I said, what happened? Why? Because, oh my God, the writing that they did. And so having been exposed, at first I was a good writer. But then having been exposed to those writers also who were just the tops, they were all children, but they were the tops. And so I picked up various approaches, to how to become really very creative and inventive with the writing because of the other students that were in that program. And that's why.
Now, I call you Morgana, and I know we're running out of time, but I have a question that has been on my mind for a while, and definitely on my mind. I know I call you Morgana, but your last name, you go by Morgana Speakslow. So far, you haven't speak slow. Why speak slow?
Because my mother said that my great-grandmother, my mother said she doesn't think she spoke English. And she said that, but she spoke, you could hardly hear her.
Right.
So it was supposed to be speaks low, really low. So I'm supposed to speak, but I don't speak low.
Slow.
I speak, fast, and I speak loud. So anyways, it's not so.
And that's why you're a real loud radio. So it speaks low.
Yes,
right,
speaks low.
So what should we call you, Shirley or Morgana?
Morgana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Morgana.
Well, I thank you so much for taking this impromptu interview. And I know that we're going to get a chance to wrap up again to chat again.
Okay.
It was amazing. I thank you for reading these 3 poems.
Okay.
It was amazing.
I loved it. I love reading. I love writing. I have something in my head that is going to be so good. Something that just happened on the TV.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. You definitely gotta
something
share
that
it
happened
with us.
in New York.
Really?
Yes, it's very funny.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, I have an approach to. I got to write something about it because it's hysterical.
Well, I definitely
To
want
me,
you to
it's
share
very
it on
funny.
the radio for sure.
Yes, I'm going to read. I haven't written anything in a long time. I
Now
sort
you
of
will.
like lost my will, but I will. Yeah.
Okay, no, that'll be excellent because I think the life that you led was real loud.
Oh my
Living in
God!
New
You
York
can't
City.
imagine. At one time, I was I was the queen of Europe.
Really?
Europeans. Oh yeah, I was the girlfriend to millionaires, European millionaires.
Wow. Any ones that you can name?
I didn't even go over there. No, I met them here.
Really? In
Yes.
New York City?
Yes, in New York City.
Wow.
There were some Italian judges that used to come over. I don't even know if they were the mafia or not, but anyway.
And that, Real Loud Radio fam, was Morgana Speakslow. That was my conversation with her. By no means is it over. We will see her again. We will listen to her again. She lives and has led a real loud life. Poet, writer Morgana Speakslow with her book, Toppled Dream Stacks. I want to thank her and the many real loud, beautiful guests that we've had and continue to have. And just tune in to us. Go to our Twitter at Real Loud Radio, where you can always catch what we're following and hints and previews of what is yet to come. Real Loud Radio, this is Joey Ivy, writer-engineer, and we are out. Peace. I know my, I know my, I know my, I know my, I know my.